up, Trending Live TV? What's up, Swoop Like Me? What's up, Delsin A Channel? Muhammad? I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. Thank you very much for coming a raid. Thank you very much, ma'am, y'all team. I'm here gonna read chapter 4. It says rotate device. Okay, let me get my stand. Cause I try to set up the live on my computer, yo. And it's telling me, your system is not set up correctly. So, I just, whatever. I found the phone. I have like 6 phones. See, they're like supporting people. See, I got trending. And then I got trending here. See, look at that. See? I be supporting. It says rotate my device. I ain't that going here. What do you mean rotate? Like that? Hey, Felicia! I don't know. It keeps saying rotate my device. I'm very sorry. Major love shout out to FR Humphrey. If you don't have her, you don't know what you're missing. Please go and click and subscribe to her. And major love shout out to Swoop Like Me, Trending Live TV, and everybody in here. Wonderful people, excellent supporters. If y'all want to give me a birthday present, connect with them. Become family with them. That would be a nice birthday present. And then here I have, excuse me, while I get the book. My desk is like, I was gonna reset the live because everybody's going live, and I didn't, you know how I am. So I be resetting my lives, and Trina was like, now. So I gotta keep the live. All right, here we are. Healing with the Akashic Records. We're going to read chapter 4, Awareness of Self. Awareness of self. Y'all see it? It's hard because you're not on the computer. Alright. In this chapter, we will examine awareness of self. The self described earlier, who has always been our companion, the innermost self. In developing self-awareness, it is necessary to explore a key concept in spiritual healing, self-abandonment. Becoming aware of the ways in which we forsake ourselves is an essential step in healing our relationship with ourselves. Let me go ahead and let you guys face the nature. Hold on. Let me fix this. Y'all face the nature. Why does it keep telling me rotate device? I hope everyone's having a wonderful, beautiful day, staying blessed, staying safe. Most of all, loving on one another, showing appreciation to each other. Let's see. Can I zoom? No, I can't zoom. Alright, that's the best I could do. I'm sorry that it's stuck in that position. I'm very sorry. Let me pull it up on YouTube so I can see who comes in. Let me see. Because I don't want you guys to just be there staring at me while I read this. So here I'm running Tanya D in the background on my computer. Let's see, the Stock Explorers live. A lot of people live. Everybody's going live. Alright. Twitch accounts. Boom. Alicia, thank you very much for coming. If you want to drop your link, type Buddha. Hey, the Bud Files. Do you have an upcoming premiere? I think you do. I think I saw it in trending. Alright, so I'm reading chapter 4 for healing through the Akashic records. Let me see. Can y'all hear me? Hey, meow meows! Meow meows! My name is Indigo Montana. You killed my father. Huh? Is that a movie? What's the food trending mukbang? Meow meow. Welcome everybody to the live stream. Thank you very much for coming. I'm reading Awareness of Self. In this chapter, we will examine awareness of self, the self described earlier, who has always been our companion, the innermost self. In developing self-awareness, it is necessary to explore a key concept in spiritual healing, self-abandonment. Becoming aware of the ways in which we forsake ourselves is an essential step in healing our relationship with ourselves. It is curious that awareness of the innermost self would even be an issue. We are with ourselves all the time. There is no holiday, nor should there be. Yet, for many of us, awareness of the innermost self deems as we make our human trek across the planet. What could possibly cause such a fading of consciousness, and what are the consequences of it? So all I gotta say is everybody listen up, and please do have an open mind, and do please be aware and open up your inner consciousness, because that's what everybody needs to do during this time. Hey Muhammad, what's up? Hold up. Okay. Oh, I can't make you moderator on here. I gotta go to this phone. Ah, my bad. For snapping the view. I gotta give this one a wrenchy. Give you a wrenchy. There you go, Muhammad. I know you from Trending Live TV. So I know you're good. I know you're not gonna do nothing crazy. Alright, let me bring up these blinds more for you guys. I can smell. I can smell. I want to start doing Qigong, but I think I'm about to do it like record it and then drop it, cause I don't know, cause I have to have different views, different angles. I have to figure out how to set that up. Alright, it is curious that awareness of the innermost self would even be an issue. Wait, I already read that. Okay. Choices that override the impulses of the innermost self, whether dismissive or antagonistic, result in significantly less awareness of its very existence. The consequence is a state of deprivation. We have denied ourselves a sacred relationship, our birthright, our enlightenment to a consciousness connection with our soul. We have a blessed opportunity through this lifetime to get to know who we are, to cultivate our gifts, talents, and abilities and to enjoy ourselves. Hey, sweet pea! Ay, Dios mío. I thought you had a wrench. Alright, I gotta go back to this one. Sorry, y'all. Sorry for, like, the view. Sweet Pea's a wonderful person. If you don't have her, please connect. Please connect. If you don't have Meow Meow, you don't know what you've been saying. Meow Meow helps you grow. Meow Meows. Ay, Dios mío, y'all still can't see. Hold on. Alright. Felicia, I saw what you said. I'm going to cheat it. Alright. Let me see. We have a blessed opportunity through this lifetime to get to know who we are, to cultivate our gifts, talents, and abilities, and to enjoy ourselves. When instead we deny ourselves, push ourselves away, or try to make ourselves something other than who we are, we create a situation of self-abandonment and self-rejection. It is impossible to cultivate a relationship of self-awareness while stimultaneously denying or diminishing ourselves. It's like trying to be awake and asleep at the same instant. Human beings can only occupy one state of awareness at a time. Becoming aware of self-abandonment. Hey, boy, Poggy! None of us, it seems, would deliberately reject our very selves, unless it somehow appeared to be a good idea in the moment. We always seek our own good, what is best as we journey through life. The question then becomes, what could convince us that self-abandonment is a viable option? Self-abandonment is the king of the Sacred Wounds Hall of Fame. So let's take this opportunity to become more conscious of it. Let's examine what it is, how it's created, and what to do about this liberating condition. The Akashic records reveal that each time a soul enters a new life, the current consciousness determines the choice of a family of origin. A particular birth family is chosen because it reflects our present perception of self, others, and the whole life. Like it or not, all these family members are in sync. Only people who share vibrations and level of consciousness. Hey, Sean Tuber! What's up? How have you been? How's your son? I'm so glad to see you, Sean. What's up? You going live tonight? Please let me know if you're going live tonight so I could tune in. I'll take a nap and tune in tonight because I know you're California time. Like my gangster grandma, swoop like me. If anybody wants to give me a birthday present, please go connect with Swoop. We're trying to get her to 2,000, and that's my birthday wish, is to help others grow. So please help her grow to the highest. Alright, okay, and then it says, share vibrations and level of consciousness can be together. This is one of the fundamental laws of life. You have probably heard the sayings, water seeks its own level, and birds of a feather flock together. It cannot be otherwise. Thank you, Sean Tuber. My birthday is the 26th, sir. The 26th. Well, thank you. Yeah, she is. Like this was supposed to be yesterday, and I forgot because I was in her live laughing and chopping it up, laughing and having a good time. And then we went and rated African Dreaming, and he was talking about consciousness and more about slavery. So, but I'm glad to see that other people are opening up their consciousness, and they're opening up their minds, and they're seeing what is going out and what is going on out here in this world. And I hope they do. The partner to this truth is another law of life, the law of ongoing growth and expansion. While people can only be in arenas of matching vibration, expansion, evolution, and change are always occurring. Okay, you've been doing shorts lately? Alright, I gotta go check you out. I've been sleeping a lot and with the doctor, and then my dad passed away on the 13th, and 13 days before my birthday. So it's why I haven't like really, been on. But I've been supporting. Right, and change are always occurring. This means we are always on the move from one aspect of being to another, sometimes quickly, sometimes slowly, but always moving, even when it appears otherwise. In fact, a static state is impossible. We are made. Thank you, Trini, for dropping the links. Let me try to pin this. I don't know, YouTube with this new thing. Yeah, I can't pin. Look at this. I gotta do it from my phone. Alright, please everybody click the links if you're not connected to Felicia Fr. Humphrey. Please connect with her if you're not connected with Maria through Sefaton. Maria. Connect with her, please. And meows. Connect. And then we got Sean Tuber. Connect with everybody. Everybody's a very good person and very supportive. This means we are always on the move from one aspect of being to another, sometimes quickly, sometimes slowly, but always moving, even when it appears otherwise. In fact, a static state is impossible. We are made up of living atoms that continuously vibrate. Even if this activity is not discernible to the human eye, it is nonetheless underway. We may stay with the people we have chosen, or we may leave. Whatever is best for the evolution of consciousness is what comes to pass. There is always opportunity to grow beyond where we are at any given moment, even if we are in a most fabulous place. What lies beyond fabulous, even more splendid, this is an infinite universe filled with endless opportunities. And so we encounter another human paradox. On the one hand, we chose our family of origin as a perfect reflection of our current level of consciousness. On the other, we are with them for our growth and evolution, so we may stay or go as our destinies dictate. We come into this life with a certain set of ideas, assumptions, and beliefs. The chosen situation provides the support necessary to mirror our present consciousness, to bring us face to face with our inner truths, made manifest beliefs, and cherish personal truths from our earthly reality. Recognizing and taking responsibility for our reality positions us for change. Hey, Big Tim, what's up, Tim? It's good to see you, Tim. Please do connect with Tim, Big Tim. He's a wonderful person. Please do connect with him. During the first 7 years of life, a child experiences herself as one and the same as her parent or primary caregiver. You selected your caregivers to reinforce your beliefs during these years, and as a result, energetically, your beliefs harden like sun-baked clay. They then become the filter through which you prep the rest of your life. Unless there is some kind of awakening, this is the lens through which you will continue to view life. You will develop a very specific point of view as long as you have it. That is how everything will appear to you, no matter the other realities present. This serves to eradicate an obvious and unavoidable physical representation of your belief structure, which when identified can't be released. That's why they say thoughts are very powerful. So please watch out what you're thinking, what you're feeling, and what your thoughts for others and stuff like that. Hey, yeah, best life. What's up, yeah? Please type Buddha. If you want to drop your link, I know Training Live TV is dropping it. But if you want to drop it before, you could drop it. But I think she's dropping specific videos. During those first 7 years, wait, I think I read that. Oh no, that's okay. During those first 7 years, if the consciousness that is the child is generally pleased with herself, she will choose parents who are pleased with her. If the child is unhappy with who she is, she will pick parents who will reflect that perception back to her. It appears that the parent is the determining factor in the child's self-perception, but it is actually the other way around. The parental influence is very powerful, though, and will lock in the beliefs a child holds. Of course, no one is 100% one way or another. Nobody is always pleased or always unhappy. We are all a blend, with some aspects that are wonderful and some not so much. That is the nature of our soul's progression. If we are pleased with who we are 51% of the time, our parents will reflect that back to us. Causes of self-abandonment. Yes, sir, Sean, you are 100%. Causes of self-abandonment. If a child experiences a needy moment, reaches out to a parent, and finds the parent unavailable, there is a jolt to his system, and the child interprets this lack of availability as a rejection. It is important to recognize that there is no energetic distinction between real unmet needs and rejection. Get away from me. You make me sick. I hate you. And temporary lack of availability. I'm bathing your brother and I need to make sure he stays safe. I can't be there for you now. Both kinds of rejection equally affect the light grid that holds our identity in place, and the pattern of self-rejection and self-abandonment is set. Another kind of interaction that results in a painful pattern of self-abandonment, of pushing love away, including love of self, is one in which there are conflicting messages concerning punishment and love. I'm punishing you. yelling at you, hitting you, because I love you. This is completely confusing, and the child will learn to interpret and punishment, anger, and judgment as love. As this experience is repeated and hardens in the light grid, the child will begin to seek rejection and abuse. Not because this is what he truly wants, but because pain felt has become confused with the love needed. Self-abandonment can even arise from compassion. If a parent suffers pain, whether physical or emotional, the child may leave herself behind and extend her love and support to her parent. This is the most natural of all human responses, and it is loving in its original intent. A problem arises when that child does not see the presence of light in her parent because the parent does not see it either. Once such ideas are set in place, that one is being rejected, whether true or not. It is good to be rejected because it means one is loved. That abandoning oneself to care for another is a good thing. Our relationship with ourselves is fraught with pain. We are being guided by very confusing ideas about connection and intimacy and have little potential for satisfactory relationship to our innermost self. Some of the examples I have just described may seem extreme, and they are, but know that there is a continuum of experiences. Most of us become wounded with a little bit of this and a dash of that. Any combination of these kinds of parent-child dynamics can be prescription of misery, for misery. When these beliefs become set as the internal structure through which we interpret our life experiences, our personal light grid responds and adapts to reflect them. To reinforce some of the principles we have discussed so far, we have the progression. You enter into this life with a very specific level of consciousness, choosing people and circumstances that will help you see what you consider to be truth. Then your light grid or pattern becomes deeply etched by painful experiences of rejection and confusion. But here comes the good news. The Akashic records hold the blueprint, your soul print, and the pattern of your light grid. As you examine yourself in the kindness and safety of the records, the grid changes quickly and easily. You can shift the energies in your grid yourself, and as you pull the plug on old patterns, you can choose to establish new ones. Amazing. Until you do so, however, feelings such as self-abandonment, self-rejection, and confusion about love may dominate your grid and filter your beliefs, and plenty of difficulties will result. You can meet people who genuinely love and appreciate you and sincerely extend themselves to you in love. But from an energetic perspective, you have no receptor sites for their nurturing, loving energy. It's simply impossible for you to receive their love, to allow their goodwill to touch your heart. Sadly, despite your good intentions, your desires, and even your deliberate strategizing to bring more love into your life, you may be unable to receive or hold their loving energy. That's when you let go and cut those off. That's what I did. I cut everybody off. I even cut off my blood. Like my brother, not my mother. So that opens up your self-consciousness, self-awareness, and makes you more aware of everything around you and of life today and what God gave us in this world. So we need to basically open our third eye and see. Hey, nice to meet you. Thank you for coming. Give me a moment. Let me try to do this on my computer. Hold on. I think it may be because I was under my other name. Hold on, let me see. Okay, I don't know how to tag you, but this is her channel right here. I'm gonna give you a wrench. Thank you very much for coming. I appreciate it. But my computer's tripping. The next thing I'll be reading is directing attention within. I'm trying to give her a wrench. My computer froze. Alright, here we go. That was a moderator. Alright, there you go, your wrenchy. Alright, directing attention within. Many of us who have been on a spiritual path for some time have spent decades working on our issues with other people, addressing the destructive effects of our painful interactions with others and the harm done to our healthy development. Yes, that is true. Yes, we may have glimpses of relief from time to time, but they do not last. This is because our efforts have missed their proper target. Let me drink my matcha. I made my matcha green tea frappuccino. And it's melting. Alright. Let me tell you, it's hot. It's humid. For real. Oh snap, I got matcha on my book. Let's see. Okay. Yes, we may have glimpses of relief from time to time. That's true. But they do not last. Yep. This is because our efforts have missed the proper target. They have been sincere but misguided. We have aimed toward the space between us and the other, when the root of difficulty and the power of transformation lies within us. Now more than ever before, we are each responsible for the condition of our own light grid. Our job as awakening beings to adjust our own patterns. Our authority lies within ourselves. And as we resolve our inner misperceptions, our outer lives move into harmony. It is fertile to wait for another to accept us first, thinking we will then follow suit. We will not. It is our responsibility to establish ourselves as self-acceptors. One of the laws of the universe is that no one can give you what you cannot give yourself. Put another way, people can only give to you to the limit of what you are willing to offer yourself. If you have a blend of some of the difficulties I have described as most of us do, a dose of self-rejection as a dash of a self-abandonment. Other people, whether they mean to or not, will reflect to this swirl of ideas back to you through your perception of their actions. But when you clear up your own false mythologies, you will find others treating you with increasing respect and understanding. Our goal in healing is to arrive at a place in our relationship with ourselves where we are free from any need to leave ourselves, where we can stay with ourselves no matter what, and where we honor ourselves with kindness and dignity. Once we have this newly configured light grid, once our behavior toward ourselves has become honorable, others cannot help but treat us in the same vein. In the Akashic records, we learn that this is the law. Having adjusted our grid, we become magnets for love and support. Anything less cannot enter our inner rhythms. Instead, it falls away. So, like, I'm going to say this. Keep yourselves protected. Protect your energy. Protect yourselves. Open your inner consciousness and be aware. And try to see other people's energy. And if you get a bad feeling, leave. I've been through it like 2 times already. With friends I thought were actually friends, but no. I was best friends with someone for a year and a year. Yeah, I think a year and a half. And they were into the bad stuff. So our energies did not, like the book said, our energies did not, you know what I'm saying, vibe with each other. Their will here is their inner self. They connected their inner power. They connected the wrong way. That's not how you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to do bad to others. That's just wrong. And that's not why I came to this earth. That's not how I feel. I want to help others grow to the highest. I want to, protect others. So a protection prayer that anyone could say, because I don't know if they're in the BGBG. So I'm going to say this protection prayer is: the light of God surrounds me. The love of God enfolds me. The power of God protects me. The presence of God watches over me. The mind of God guides me. The life of God flows through me. The laws of God direct me. The power of God abides within me. The joy of God uplifts me. The strength of God renews me. The beauty of God inspires me. Wherever I am, God is. Hey, Don. Welcome, Don people. Please do type Buddha, Buddha, to drop your link. Trending, you still in here and you left. Yeah, go, dale. Go back to your life. Alright, another, the gatekeeper of our best selves. Another dynamic that occurs and has the power to alter our light grid relates to the gatekeeper function of the innermost self. I said that, Trini, because I don't want you to lose your watch hours. But thank you very much. Let me see if I can pin all of these that she's dropping. Alright. Yeah, I can pin them. See, here we go. Please go support Dawson. And then next I'll pin wait. Swoop. He's alright. That's wonderful to hear. He's doing better. Your son, Sean. That's wonderful to hear. I told my mom and I asked her what is that, cause my cousin, at the age of 18, passed away. He had all 10 cancers. So yeah, that's why I asked her if my cousin had a, cause my cousins are in Arizona, and I don't really communicate with them. But yeah, it's a long story. It's like this. My energy don't vibe with gang members. I respect, I respect you, and I'll say hi, bye. I won't ignore you, but I won't be caught up in that life. Alright, so where was I? Alright, once we have this newly configured life grid, once our behavior toward ourselves has become honorable, others cannot help but treat us in the same vein. I think I read that. In the Akashic records, we learn that this is the law. Having adjusted our grid, we become magnets of love and support. So please do open up your consciousness, be aware of your surroundings, more than anything. Please take a moment of silence, be still, and just be silent, be still, and pray. And maybe you'll just open the self-consciousness. Just keep doing it, and you will. Okay, so anything less cannot enter our inner rhythms. Instead, it falls away because we vibrate too high. So anyone who is low vibration cannot touch us and will not enter. Oh, I got Prime delivery. Alexa, thank my driver.
Glad you enjoyed your most recent
delivery. The gatekeeper of our best selves. Another dynamic that occurs and has power to alter our light grid relates to the gatekeeper function of the innermost self. While destructive patterns are being created and encoded in the grid, the gatekeeper plays its part. The wounded, vulnerable parts of ourselves act to protect our inner riches, safeguarding our greatest gifts in moments of distress. Real or imagined, the innermost part of our being takes action, gathering up whatever is most vulnerable to us at the time in order to preserve it. While we may believe that our best traits, insights, and energies are lost to us, they are not. They are merely in storage, awaiting release. Once we forge an intimate connection with our innermost self, we can access them again. You do not have to have a highly dysfunctional childhood to become disconnected from your innermost self. You can be a child who is curious about life, connects with people, is highly creative, and possesses clear intuition along with other wonderful resources in your possession. Sounds like me. However, when you experience any kind of difficulty, even with rich personal resources, your relationship with your resources alters. In moments of distress, these positive aspects of you get hidden away until it is safe for them to resurface the problem. Hey, Miss Key Kitchen! What's going on, Miss Key Kitchen? Okay, I pinned Dawson. Who's next? Okay. Please do connect. If you don't have them, please do connect. Thank you, Sean Tuber. I appreciate it. Next will be Felicia, F.R. Humphrey. Alright. However, when you experience any kind of difficulty, even with rich personal resources, your relationship with your resources alters. In moments of distress, these positive aspects of you get hidden away until it is safe for them to resurface. The problem is that in our interior world, time is not dominant. So we cannot tell when it is safe to bring these aspects of ourselves back out into the open. Impactful moments take precedence and capture our attention. Whether they occurred 40 years ago or just this morning, but when we examine them in the records, we can regain direct contact with all of the beautiful facets of ourselves we have buried for protection and release them to come to our aid. Ultimately, we come to see the meeting with and befriending our innermost self allows us to consciously reconnect with the reintegrate our most precious aspects. A dim or distant sense of self-awareness, a lack of clear perception of our innermost self can take a variety of forms and create a range of systems. We will have difficulty hearing ourselves, knowing what we mean, knowing what we want, and even knowing our preferences. Without connection to our wisdom inherit the innermost self, we may be indecisive and we may move in other direction, making choices with giving serious thought to consequences. Either response can leave us with undue focus on the opinions of others and a clingy dependence of their approval. Maintaining satisfying relationships is troublesome when we are in this condition. We may develop the habit of looking for mother figures or father figures in others, and we will always find that such dynamics are not enriching, either for us or for the object of our attention. There is a better way. Meet yourself in the Akashic records. It is time to become reacquainted. Introducing Akashic Reflections. I offer the following exercises, which I call Akashic Reflections, to support you in making progress with your healing, as this is the first time you are encountering them. I'd like to present a little primer on how to approach them. There are a few different ways to use them. I suggest you try all the possibilities described here and then use what's best for you. Review the pathway prayer process before opening your records for the first time. And remember that it's a good idea to be disciplined in your use of the records. To be responsible for the amount of time you spend in them and to journal about your discoveries. This will help you go deeper into the records and make it easy to track your progress. While you want to be disciplined in your use of the prayer, You will find it beneficial to be flexible in other ways. Experiment with the time of day that is most productive for you. Some people do great work in the morning, others do better in the evening. Try both and see what works for you. I think it is very supportive to have a regular, designated place to do inner work. As you spend time in this location, it becomes charged with Akashic energies, which in turn nurture your process. Pay attention to which times and places are most fruitful. As you review the Akashic reflections, you will notice there are a series of questions or ideas to bring to your records. Let yourself experiment with these. With some of the topics, you may find it best to take one question at a time to your records. It may best serve you to go slowly rather than to plow through. If you are moved to tackle more than one at a time, try that and see how it works for you. The key is noticing how you are responding to the questions. If you find yourself energized and want to press on through the material, by all means, go for it. Let me pin Felicia know. Okay, next is Meow Meow. Meow Meows. This is your healing process, and you will be able to discern a pace and rhythm that work for you. As a general rule, don't settle for glitches in your records. If you answer seems superficial, ask for more. For example, if you ask about your purpose in life and your response is that you are a healing presence or a blessing to your family and friends, that is nice to hear, but vague. Go ahead and probe for more. What kind of healing presence? What does it mean to be a blessing to others? What type of healing am I here to do? Is there a way to develop this quality? Is there something for me to do about this? Or is this just something to know? It is perfectly appropriate to press into your records for fuller, more detailed information. Ask and you will receive. Keep in mind that this is a progression toward healing. It is alive and changing. You will grow and develop as you do this work, and the way you relate to various subject areas will shift as well. Let yourself go with your own inner flow. Some sessions may be quick and easy, others a bit more tedious and painstaking. Don't judge your experience. Remember the absolutes of the Akasha. Judge not, fear not, resist not. Some of the questions may set off explosions, as if pulled the pin on the hand grenade. Others may net nothing. They may seem flat or inert to you. Don't be surprised if you return to these at a later time and find them highly charged, or if those that previously held such power have now become dull. The most important principle of all is to give yourself a chance. This is not a race. There is no set time to cross the finish line. Having worked through all the questions, your results are best on your efforts. Minimal efforts yield minimal results. Dedicated, continued attention brings about rich returns. It's up to you. Give yourself the opportunity to discover what really works for you. What with regard to your own healing through the records, if you open to the best possible ways to work in your unique records, you cannot do this incorrectly. Don't be surprised if you don't progress in a perfectly straight line. This journey takes place on a winding road running through a varied landscape. The only way to stray off the path is to stop doing the work altogether. All of your great efforts and focused attention will keep you squarely on the road to successful healing. Mega Meow Meow is getting pinned now. Next to be pinned will be Muhammad. Akashic Reflections. Open your records. Ask your masters, teachers, and loved ones to bring to mind a current difficulty you are experiencing that is rooted in the issue of lack of self-awareness. Remember to be specific as you can in describing this current life difficulty. Your story is what actually happened, and it is never vague. Review the situation and why it is troublesome for you. The Akashic records hold the story of your soul through time, so very clearly relating the story of your experience is of great value here. Spend about 15 minutes receiving whatever makes its presence known. Close your records. If you wish, write down anything about your experience you may want to revisit at a later time. Open your records. Ask your masters, teachers, and loved ones to help you see the ways in which you have been asleep to yourself or unaware of your innermost self. With their understanding and compassionate perspective, ask them to reveal to you how this lack of awareness has affected you in everyday life. Make note what they seem to be suggesting. Whether you discern it through images or your feelings, do not evaluate. Simply jot down what you are getting. Close your records. Let's see how long I've been like. Because it says chapter 5. Alright, is anyone going live? Is anyone going live? Please let me know. Is anyone going live? Please let me know so we can go ahead and pin you. I'm all the way at the top. I'm sorry for anyone that has come in. I do apologize. I'm trying to pin everybody. Very sorry. Thank you all for being here. Thank you. I will go ahead and read chapter 5. I will fix the thumbnail. Self-acceptance. The spiritual practice of unconditional self-love. That's what everybody needs. They need to find their self-love. Give me a moment while I drink, please. My frappuccino is melting. I just meal. I just made this. Woo. Alexa, what's the temperature?
Right now, it's 89 degrees Fahrenheit.
Shit.
Tonight, expect a low of 77 degrees.
I have like 6 bottles of cold water by me. I'm an AC baby. I'm not ashamed to say that. If the AC breaks, oh my god, I don't know what I'll do. I'll probably fill up the bathtub with cold water with ice and just lay in it and go to sleep. That's what I did with when the hurricane came and we lost power and stuff. Alright. Self-acceptance, the spiritual practice of unconditional self-love. In the rhythm of spiritual healing, there are 2 related dimensions, the inner and the outer. These 2 travel together as aspects of a whole unit. Permanent change requires that both be fully engaged. A shift in only one dimension may produce some relief or a temporary adjustment within us, but it will be incomplete and impermanent. The goal here is full release, full from all obstructions to experiencing our own goodness. Achieving this goal necessitates a thorough approach, which is the nature of work together. Interchange without corresponding congruent action will not endure in the physical world. There must be an external, tangible expression of the inner shift in order for it to become anchored as the new standard of who we are. Similarly, external change that is not supported by a corresponding inner reality will fade. Even the simplest behavioral changes or new activities, if not resonant with internal perceptions and consciousness, cannot succeed for any length of time, even with the best intentions and a Herculean force of will. If we are too successful, navigate from feeling stuck and dissatisfied to achieving inner peace and fulfillment, both aspects of our lives must move into them. Tandem. Tandem. I never heard that word before, so I'm just gonna say it. Next is the butt files to be pinned. Everybody, please do visit Sweet P. She's a very sweet person, very supportive. I know them for years on YouTube. Please do connect. Thank you everyone for still being here. I'm sorry for anyone that came in. I can't see you because let me scroll down. Let's see. We got Felicia. I gotta give you a ring. Bouillon. Key Kitchen. What's the food trending? What band trending live TV? Miss Queen, what's up? Miss Queen, Sun Kiss. Thank you, Trending Live TV, for being a member of 10 months. Thank you. And thank you, Sean, for your membership of 7 months. Thank you, sir. I truly do appreciate it. Thank you very much. The money I get paid, if I do get paid sometimes through YouTube, it goes to people that actually do need it, and I do support others through super chats or PayPal. That's how life works. Sometimes others need it more than us, so we need to set down our pride and help others. Tapping the infinite inner reservoir of self-acceptance. There is within each of us a reservoir that has both the capacity and the responsibility to provide us with complete and unreserved emotional acceptance. Tolerating and putting up with do not even register in this dimension. I am speaking instead about infinite acceptance and true appreciation of who and how we are and are not. What is that, UPS? Judgment and contention do not exist in this part of yourself. Here you can. I'm sorry. Here you can do no wrong ever. You can behave or think in a way that is completely ridiculous. You can have a short temper or a foul attitude or decide to bathe in self-pity. You can behave in a wholly inappropriate manner. Nonetheless, this part of yourself will rise up and say, of course you feel that way, or of course you did that, or of course you did not do that. Notice that this inner reserve says, you feel that way, not I feel that way. It's like the voice of a kind and loving parent comforting a child. There may be times when it emerges differently as a voice more fully of your own. Of course, I feel like this. Whichever way it is expressed, this radical kind of self-acceptance is powerful antidote to any and every form of condemnation. At the moment you articulate this, of course, sediment to yourself, your difficulty begins to dissolve, and any resistance you may have toward yourself and your self-expression becomes disempowered. It's like yanking out the plug on the energy feeding the negativity. This understanding applied consciously disables the internal scaffolding of self-rejection as words of complete acceptance well up, whether spoken as by a caring guardian or by your very self validating your experience. An internal rigidity softens, stress drains away, and space opens up within that allows you to see and know yourself more clearly than before. We know how self-judgments and dominations can take charge. When we demonstrate our humanity and our imperfections, or we fail to meet our own exceptions, we can respond to ourselves in many less than helpful ways. Becoming frustrated, angry, or dismissive, our eternal conversation becomes harsh, disrespectful, patronizing, or ridiculing. Stop it, you fool. Get over it. How could you? Why? Why didn't you? The litany is lengthy, and it can run inconsistently. What happens energetically when we berate ourselves is that our distress gets locked inside of us. Rejection and resistance act like crazy glue. Emphasize on the crazy. Between the emotions of the energy body, negative responses fix the object of the scorn in place, where it becomes petrified, and we become hostage to the very thing we disdain. If we sit with this harsh self-talk long enough, we absorb it into our system and eventually become what we condemn. that is extremely painful to endure. Give me a minute. Where's my other phone? Let's see, who am I gonna pay now? Wait. Okay. Who's been Sweepy? Alicia's next. We know how self-judgments and abominations can take charge. When we demonstrate our humanity and our imperfections, or we fail to meet our own expectations, we can respond to ourselves in many less than helpful ways, becoming frustrated, angry, or dismissive. Our eternal conversation becomes harsh, disrespectful, patronizing, or ridiculing. Stop it, you fool, get over it. How could you? Why didn't you? The litany is lengthy and it can run instantly. So, what's the energies and what we feel? Because that sort of changes like our inner self. And our thoughts, our behavior, everything. If rejection and resistance are crazy glue between the emotional body and energy field, acceptance and appreciation are Teflon. When we actively engage in a self-acceptance, when we actively engage in self-acceptance and self-appreciation, our responses to our thoughts and actions flow through us, keeping us in our present reality. Any responses we don't prefer can simply arise and then pass. We can have our experience and be done with it. This requires a certain fearlessness, however, as well as a non-judgmental stance. Fortunately for us, these qualities are available in abundance within our records. They are among the governing principles of the Akashic. If we find that we are unable to muster a little self-acceptance on our own, we can find more than enough of it within our records and use that until we can cultivate it within ourselves. Muhammad's pin now. How do you apply unconditional self-acceptance? It is surprisingly simple. In fact, I have already described it. No matter what is happening with you, no matter what your response to any person, situation, or event, no matter how petty or immature you are in any given moment, respond to yourself in the language of great reserve, a self-acceptance within you. Of course you feel that way. Of course I did that. Of course I didn't do this other thing. Of course that's what you are thinking. While it is an utterly simple thing to do, it is also a spiritual practice. The practice of extending unconditional love to yourself. Engaging in this pattern of thought moves unconditionally self-love from the arena of nice idea into one active use because we are here on the earth plane, the plane of incarnation, are making ideas physical. This is the perfect way to manifest our true feelings of unconditional self-love. It is an act of creating the world in which we want to live. In the long run, we can develop the ability to extend this practical acceptance to others as well. But for now, our first step in the healing through the Akashic records is to focus on ourselves. Perhaps a brief discussion of spiritual practice is in order. At this juncture, maybe the response just described seems too easy to qualify as one. A spiritual practice is any action, behavior, or thought that, when deliberately repeated, supports our conscious relationship with the divine and establishes a space within us for a greater flow or the vital life force. Really, anything we do with a conscious intention that enables us to become more aware of our connection to the divine reality can be considered a spiritual practice. Walking in nature, praying, meditating, and serving others are some of the more commonly recognized spiritual practices. Exercise, yoga, dietary rhythms, whatever encourages us to recognize our continuous relationship with divine life can be spiritual practices. Actively extending acceptance, compassion, and understanding toward yourself is a deliberate and conscious way to become more aware of the ever-present divine within you. It is a way to move into alignment with who you really are, to reconnect with the most tender, vulnerable part of yourself. As you practice this way of relating to yourself, you will come to trust yourself more. You will relax and be more present to yourself. And why not? You're treating yourself better. You're becoming trustworthy. By giving yourself the kindness and respect you deserve, more of the inner truths will be revealed. By being wonderful to yourself through the use of words that are free from negativity, condemnation, and harsh judgment, you will reset the grid in your energy field. The improvements in your light grid will hold you as you continue forward with this new way of interacting with yourself. You will find that you are giving yourself what you've been seeking for years. And paradoxically, as you do this, others will finally be able to give you what you desire. People around you will naturally respond to you in this way because your new essential pattern demonstrates how to be with you. Anyone or anything unable to cooperate with this higher standard will disappear from your view. The consciousness practice of unconditional self-love through the very simple response of self-course will create an environment of acceptance and non-judgment, thus enabling a more positive, honorable relationship with yourself. As your trust strengthens, as you prove again and again that you are a self person, and you will naturally embrace yourself and feel love cherished, valued, and appreciated by the most important one, your very own self. If you are safe with yourself, all other relationships in your life will begin to develop that same quality of safety. In this atmosphere of safety and trust, you will find all the facets of yourself moving into alignment with your innermost self. This is the foundation for the next step in your healing progression, making peace with what is. The key to accepting what is, let me pin, this is Muhammad thing. Did I pin Sweepy? No, pin Sweepy. Yeah, both files next. Thank you everyone for coming. I truly appreciate it. To move beyond our current level, wherever we are at the moment, we must make peace with what is. Yet, reconciling ourselves with realities with condemn or deemed dangerous is not. Is not possible. Our perceptions of our difficulties, even the greatest of them, must be tweaked so that the thought of them does not stir us into states of agitation or distress. Ideally, we must come to recognize that all conditions and circumstances support our growing awareness of our own essential goodness. As we are able to identify the benefits of all situations and come to know their value for us personally, we can up-level in peacefulness. If we practice unconditional self-love on a regular basis, resistance and rejection lose potency. Knowing that we are truly with ourselves gives us the stability to grow further into more love, more understanding, more happiness, and satisfaction. We are always growing into expanded states of love in myriad forms. This is the great challenge and core purpose of our soul's journey through time. To discover our soul's perfection, we are always seeking our own good, engaged in a process of expanding our ability to love and be loved, and releasing any obstructions to the fundamental essence of who we are. Ours is an odyssey of accepting, acclimating to more love, more light, more peace, more power, and more joy. Everything in our experience is designed to support us in this evaluation, whether we preserve it as a positive or negative. The question then becomes, when my experience seems negative, how is this supporting me? An elegant way to get to that understanding is simply, we ask, how is this good for me? And if we are in extreme distress, we ask, how could this possibly be good for me? These questions are turbocharged. Let me explain how this powerful practice works. Our minds love questions, and our thought process will always move in the direction of the answers. It doesn't matter if the questions are positive or negative, helpful or hurtful. Our minds want to answer questions and solve problems. These are its favorite things to do. Now recognizing that everything in your life is present to support your soul's journey involves both spiritual practices I have described. Yeah, I pinned both files. Everybody please go support them, hit thumbs up, connect with them, let the light shine by sharing them out. May we all become connected with each other. Okay, so as I said, our minds want to answer questions and solve problems. These are its favorite things to do. Now, recognizing that everything in your life is present to support your soul's journey involves both spiritual practices I have described. When you are in distress, first connect with yourself and extend unconditional love. Of course, is your first response. This always results in a greater sense of calm. Once you have settled down a little, ask yourself the question, how is this good for me? Variations on this question are, how is this benefiting me? How is this helping me to know my own goodness and that of others? And how could this possibly assist me? Asking such questions will direct your attention to very real possibilities for growth and will reveal the healing opportunities hidden distressing events. Let me Let me illustrate this with an example. If my child is sick, I may experience fear and exhaustion. But if I can view the experience from the level of the soul, I can acknowledge how terrible the situation is by saying, of course, to the full range of my emotions. And then I may be able to move beyond some of my old patterns, such as recurrence or inability to ask others for help. My child's illness may be the catalyst. The catalyst that allows me to acknowledge the appropriateness of seeking assistance from others, to mature spiritually as a result of this realization, and to put the new wisdom I have gained into action. Perhaps at this point in my spiritual evolution, I would not have been able to reach out to others on my own behalf. But my distress over my child's illness enables me to take the vital step, and so my question, how could this possibly benefit me, is answered. I realize that this may seem awkward at first, but if you are persistent in formulating these ideas as you encounter difficulties, even the baffling kind that seems senseless, you find great insight and powerful awareness. This is tremendously liberating, and raising such questions is energizing for a couple of reasons. First, it puts you into a receptive state, which is essential if you are to grow beyond your current level. To move out of the stuck place, you have to be open to new ideas. Your old ideas. Being uncomfortable, questioning offers possibility. When you don't understand what is happening or how to handle yourself, in a situation, emitting soul propels you into a place where new solutions, perspectives, and possibilities can be revealed. The inquiry itself posing a new question will carry you away from your old patterns, particularly those involving victimizing, and bring you to increase personal responsibility and empowerment. One of the greatest challenges of those who are awakening is being able to find the light in any and all situations. This sounds like a lovely spiritual notion, but in fact it is actually quite demanding. Once achieved, it is remarkably freeing. We can agree that it takes little to find the light and love in times of peace and harmony, but it can seem like one of the labors of Hercules to find the light and love when your heart is broken, when you have lost your job, when you have suffered injustice or physical injury. Rest assured, these dire situations offer the ultimate opportunity for your soul's growth, to seek and find the light under any conditions, to stand strong in the midst of any storm, and to know true peace. Such are the privileges and responsibilities of those of who are awakening in our time. That's why I ask for everyone to take a moment and just awaken. Take a moment and be still. Alright, Pin Booyah, I don't know how to say your name. I apologize. Next will be Don. Asking, how is this good for me? How can this benefit me? How can this help me know my own goodness and the goodness of others? Allows you to see all that is conspiring to help you become aware of your true nature. Understand that this is different from asking yourself what lessons you can learn through this difficulty. There is only one lesson to learn: the inherent goodness of your own soul. Ultimately, this is what all the lesser learnings point toward. We already know that the best answer to what is to eventually discover our own perfection, our divine nature, when the Akashic records offer answers to how, it helps us move toward this ultimate realization. It is also important that we ask, how is this good for me? We can take personal responsibility for our experience. We must recognize that everything is in our experience as a result of our consciousness. This is not an indictment. It is not a negative. It just is. When we consider that whatever is unfolding is for our support, for our benefit, we find it easier to take responsibility, and this shifts us to center point of power within ourselves, where we can receive the blessings of everything life has to offer, and graciously decline anything that is not a resonant connection. The absence of resistance, rejection, and judgment enables us to move into the flow of what is happening, rather than being bent or broken by our own human experience. Instead, we locate our inner light and hang on for the ride. Another series of Akashic reflections follows. This present opportunities for you to experiment with the application of the ideas we have just discussed. All address the same theme of unconditional self-love from verifying angles. You may find one of them very helpful at this point in your life, and the others not so much. This is to be expected. Try them all over a period of time. Pay attention to what rings true for you, and go with that practice. You are being led into a deeper relationship with yourself. Again, this is to be expected. Try them all over a period of time. Pay attention to what rings true for you, and go with that practice. You are being led into a deeper relationship with yourself, and this is an opportunity to follow your inner guidance. Through it, you will attain the results that are best for you. Don is pinned. And Miss Key Kitchen. Okay. Miss Key. Alright, Miss Key is next. Turning on KO. Yeah. It's like 2:48 in the morning there. But I truly do appreciate her. Thank you very much. Alright. Akashic Reflections. Akashic Reflections. Open your records. Open your records. You have within you an infinite reservoir of unconditional self-love and appreciation for who you are. Ask your masters, teachers, and loved ones to help you make contact with that realm. The Akashic records are a bridge of light that can safely transport you to the very core of your being. While in this dimension, take some time to identify the qualities of self-appreciation and self-love that are essentially both to the fabric of your soul and to the atmosphere of the Akasha. Make note of the qualities. Let yourself be immersed in them. They are within you. They are a part of you. Close your records. Open your records. Take a moment to allow yourself to experience a total self-love. If your love for yourself does not feel complete, notice whether you feel more of it than usual. Make note of how this is for you. Notice some of the specifics of your experience. In particular, look to see what types of styles of nurturing, caregiving, and acceptance are easiest for you to receive from yourself. For example, you may be moved to treat yourself to gently and decided to draw a hot bath, or you may feel like cheering yourself on. You could do it. Pay attention to this response. Close your records. The next one is open your records. Use the Akashic records as a laser beam, eliminating your richest spiritual reserves, and ask your masters, teachers, and loved ones to help you locate that realm. within where you have complete understanding and compassion for yourself. This is the zone where you can say, of course. In response to anything and everything you do, let them assist you in achieving this. Close your records. Miss Key's pen. Hey, Miss T with the T, what's up? Six Bows is back, what's up? Major love shout out. Major love shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you truly. Whoever is going live, please let me know in the chat. And then we can go over to you. Please let me know if you're going live. Please let me know. Alright. Like I said, when you close your records, you're going to open your records and use the Akashic records as a laser beam, eliminating your richest spiritual reserves, and ask your masters, teachers, and loved ones to help you locate that rhythm within where you have complete understanding and compassion for yourself. This is the zone where you can, of course, in response to anything and everything you do, let them assist you in achieving this. Close your records. My phone needs to charge. Hey, there goes Swoop. Swoop, swoop, swoop. What's up, Swoop? How you doing? How's that drive going? Open your records. Bring to mind a current situation about which you feel annoyed, irritated, impatient, or otherwise upset. With yourself present, this too, the of course zone. Let yourself experience extending infinite kindness to yourself. Close your records. Open your records. Now bring to mind a particular difficult situation that you find baffling or senseless. With the guidance of your masters, teachers, and loved ones, ask how it is good for you. Ask them to help you see what is happening as a beneficial for you or as supporting you in knowing the essential goodness of your being. You may want to run a few different situations past them to see how this turbocharged healing question can work to shift your perception. When you're done, don't forget to close your records. Then, when you want to come back, you open your records, you ask your masters, teachers, and loved ones to reveal a situation in your life today that you could be radically healed by extending active and unbiased love to yourself. I'm thinking of unbiased. Alright, this is ask your masters, teachers, and loved ones to reveal a situation in your life today that could be radically healed by extending active and unabashed love to yourself. Even if you are simply pretending to give yourself love at this point, let them take you to the place within where you have only love, honor, Let them take you to the place within where you have only love, honor, and respect for yourself. Be immersed into the possibility. Ask your masters, teachers, and loved ones to show you, tell you, or help you to recognize how your problem could be resolved by extending love to yourself. Close your record. Your homework. Here is some homework that will let you road test these practices. Keep in mind that unconditional self-acceptance is not just a lovely notation. It is a powerful spiritual practice under all circumstances. No matter what you do or don't do, no matter how you feel, your mantra is always, of course. Of course, my dear. Of course you feel that way. Of course you did that. Of course you think that. Of course you didn't. Of course, of course, of course. The idea is to affirm yourself, to make yourself right, even if you believe your response is wrong. Crying in front of others or raising your voice in anger, for example, your own loving acceptance of yourself will dissolve this error and you will naturally self-correct. I invite you to try the spiritual practice daily for 1 week. Whenever a self-critical thought arises, meet it with the antidote, of course. Ensure that you can do no wrong in your own eyes, no matter what you say or do, and no matter how you would usually respond. Instead say, "Oh honey, I love you. Of course you said that. Of course you feel that. Of course you think that. I don't care what you do. I don't care if you sleep all day. I don't care if you rob a bank. And I don't care if you eat 5 chocolate cakes. I know you are good. I love you. We are aiming for the realm of it's okay. We are seeking the place of I don't care what you do. I love you. I don't care if everybody in the neighborhood is laughing at you. I don't care if you push me away. The truth is, you cannot make me stop loving you. My loving you has nothing to do with what you do, what you say, what you think. I just love you whether you like it or not, whether you think you deserve it or not, whether you think you are worthy or not. This is not the point. The point is that I can't help you. I simply love you. In the next chapter, we'll talk about the 3rd step and using our sacred wounds as points of power in our relationship with ourselves. But first, for the sake of perspective, let's take a moment to review in our healing progression. Awareness of self is the first step, which the realization that you are you. Then we move into conscious alignment with ourself through the practice of unconditional self-acceptance. Engaging in the spiritual practices produces a remarkable sense of reunion within. Feelings of isolation decline. Partnership with our innermost self enriched, and we advance toward fusion, the state of melding the infinite self with all the fragmented aspects of smaller, wounded self. Here we begin to operate as a whole. The simple key to this healing milestone is appropriate action. And that will be chapter 6, appropriate action. Let me put this paper. I need to take my medication. My hand is shaking. That means the seizure is going to come on. Hey, Jorge. Peace, Thai Buddha. Peace, Thai Buddha. Like I said, the only thing I want for Christmas, The only thing I want for my birthday is may you please become family with Swoop Like Me. Swoop Like Me. I dropped her link earlier, but she's right there in the chat. If y'all can see her, please connect with her and may she grow to the highest. Please connect with her and may she grow to the highest. Please connect with Miss T with the T. She's very supportive. She has wonderful conversations, show talks in the morning. There's Miss Key Pin. She's live. Please go show some support, show love. Let me see who else. I got a pin. I know you're trying to fall asleep at this point of time. Let me see. Yeah, she did. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look to see who's live right now. Tanya D, thank you. You said thank you to me. I'm running her in the background. I'm trying to see which one you guys know. If anybody knows, if anyone's going live, please let us know. I got Miss Key Kitchen pinned above. Trending Live TV's live. Oh, Miss Queen. She didn't tell me she was going live. Here we go. Ah, she ended. Okay, so I will just rewatch this. So rewatching. I'm gonna watch it right now. Hold on, you just woke up. You're so demanding, woman. Alright. I'm talking to Destiny. Yeah, I talked to my dog. Alright, this is Miss Sunkissed Queen. Miss Queen, Sunkissed video, 30-minute workout. She was live 40 minutes ago. Miss Key is pinned on top. I'm gonna replace the pin with Miss Queen. Hold ahead if you're going live later on, because I know it is 3 a.m. if you're in the Philippines, 3 a.m. where you're at. Please do drop your link and I will gladly pin you above. Let's see. If anybody wants to type Buddha, go ahead and do it. This is your time. I'm gonna see if Miss T, where is she? Miss T is live. Where she go? Ah, Miss T. Yeah, always does that thing with her heart. Yeah. I love this room. Guys, you may like this. Ladies, you may like this. I don't know. Here we go. Miss T trying on some green lingerie. I'm gonna let this run. Okay, I got Queen running. I got Miss T running. Let me come back and drop Miss T. This is her latest video. Green lingerie. Right on. Then we got 6 bows. You on her channel. Okay, Dollar Tree is the latest video. Dollar Tree. Oh, I already watched it. Okay, my bad. I'll put it again, rewatching. I watched it 10 days ago, but I'll rewatch. Rewatching. I'll run one of your playlists. Don't worry. 6 bows. 6 bows? Alright, so let's see. Miss Key. Where is her link? Here we go. Alright, Miss Key. Miss Key's live. Key Squad. Alright, she's live. Everybody, please, let's go over there. Transfer to Miss Key. Key Kitchen and more. She's very supportive. She's a great person to get to know if you don't know her, if you don't have her. I know, Swoop. I wish she was home. I was thinking that last night. I was like, damn, she only got like me and her bed for one day. Hey, I was like, hey, at least you got to wash your clothes. But things happen. Yeah, you can say Buddha Raid, Buddha support. Alright, much love to y'all. I truly do love y'all, respect y'all, and I'm thankful for each and every one of you coming by. I'm thankful and grateful for 6 of you that remain. I will close this out with the protection prayer, because I don't know who'll be in the BGBG. So, protection prayer. The light of God surrounds me. The glove of God enfolds me. The power of God protects me. The presence of God watches over me. The mind of God guides me. The life of God flows through me. The laws of God direct me. The power of God abides within me. The joy of God uplifts me. The strength of God renews me. The beauty of God inspires me. Wherever I am, God is. So please do, like I said, all I want for my birthday is Swoop Like Me to grow to 2K. Alright? Hit her up. And please, anybody rewatching, hit her up. Please. My birthday is June 26th. Thank you to everyone. Namaste. Major love shout out to all of you. Major love shout out to Miss T with the T. Excuse me for... Yeah, I couldn't do my live on the computer, see? I had to do it on my phone. I don't know. So, alright, namaste to each and every one of you. Love y'all, appreciate y'all. And keep in mind, Training Live TV's live, Miss Key Kitchen. But we do show love to 6 bowls. Look, she's over. That was a Dollar Tree haul. And then here we got Miss T with the T. Here we got Sunkissed Queen working it out. Everybody have a beautiful, lovely day. Namaste to each and every one of you.